Alright guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build an HTML email template. As you can see right here, I've gotten most of it already started, where I have the HTML document already set up with HTML version 4, and then I also got the fonts from Google Fonts, which I'm going to be using, which will be Lato, and so I just got that already set up here, and also with a bunch of comments right here, so that way we can keep track of where we are when we're building our HTML email template. I'm sure some of you guys are going to be asking, why am I having a bunch of comments right here? Well, the purpose of the comments is so that way you could stay organized as you're building your template, because when you actually build the template is that it could be it could get easy to get lost as you're building it out the email. So in order to keep it organized and well structured when we build it along for the desktop version, which we'll be doing in this video, is it's gonna make it easier to track where we are, and then it's also good if it'll also prevent us from having to misplace a closing tag as we're nesting tables, because that tends to be one of the most difficult things that happens when you're structuring the content and stuff. But before we do get started and dive deep into the let me trace back, not dive deep, but as we start building the template, let me come over here and show you guys the design we're going to be using. So this one's from befree.io, and it's just an email template demonstrating just a basic podcast template. And as you can see, we got a logo here, and then we got a call to action to listen to whatever episode you want. And you can see as we got a header here, then you got the email background image in place, and then you got all the text over here with another call to action. We'll go down right over here, podcast series, and then you got your individual columns, which you're going to be doing when building out the template with icons. And I already got the image and assets ready to go for this video, and then you got other rows that are going down the line showing the release dates and so on. And then you got upcoming events that they'll be promoting here on this template. So pretty much a basic template we'll be building here, and we'll be using the table method. So let's go ahead and get started. But before I do that, let's go ahead so that way we could actually split it, so that way we could actually build it out properly. And then now let me go ahead and do this and just split the screen so that way we could see what's going to happen as we build. And then we already got our live server already down over here, so as you can see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start out, and the first one we're going to do is we're going to add, as you can see, we got a little bit of padding here around this place, and we got one table itself which represents the header, and then we got the logo, and then like I just mentioned earlier, the anchor tag go 400. So let's go ahead and get started right over here. So to start that out, this is going to be pretty much where everything goes out. And let me actually move this down, because this is supposed to be table that gets it constricted right in here. This actually needs to go right there, and then we're going to go ahead and add the email start right there, and then now we're going to go ahead and start it out. So here we go. Okay, so to start off, we're going to go ahead and just type in our table right here, and then we're going to give it a black color. So that's what this triple one actually represents, a 111 111. And then before we'll make our row right here, but what we're going to do next is go over here, put in our row representation tag, and then the width will become 100%. Okay, next step we'll do that, and then just to get this right, we'll go ahead and add another table right inside this table data, and then we won't need a background color right over here, as you can see. And then what we're going to do next is just add with 100% one more time, and then we'll add another row in here, and then another table. So as you can see, we're nesting tables right inside here. So as you can see, row, and then sometimes what I like to do it when I'm actually doing this is I'll go ahead and say, I'll put a comma right here, and I'll put inner header row right over here, and then I could close this up and then come right down, just like I was mentioning earlier. You could do just to keep it organized, like I was mentioning, as a good practice. So you got inner header row. I'll just put it as a start, and then end for this one. We'll go ahead and open this back right up. Then we'll put another row right here. And then because we're going to have these logo right here, and we're going to have the call to action separate apart, the way to make that happen is we're going to go ahead and put another TD right in. Well, let me go ahead and redo that real quick, because I wanted to copy this. Hold on. Okay, copy. Use my shortcut, go over here. And then now what I'm going to do is add my image right here, and then we're going to go to our image folder, and then as you can see, we're going to go ahead and grab our logo right here. And then usually for accessibility and for people using screen readers, we got an alternate tag right here. So we're just going to name this logo, and then now we'll go into another TD, and then we'll go ahead and add our anchor tag right there because it's going to demonstrate a call to action. We'll do listen now. Then we'll add those dashes right there. We'll just not have it go anywhere right now, but let's go ahead and see what happens. And there we go. So, okay, and then to fix this right here, I'm going to go ahead and on this inner table right here, add a width of 100%, so that way it reaches its full width. And as you can see, there it is. And then as you can see, like right now, we already got our first spot right there, but as you can see on our original design, we gotta get it a little bit more centered. And you might be asking, how are we gonna achieve this? Well, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start now doing our inline CSS, and we're gonna actually select this one right over here. And there's two ways that you could actually do this. Is you could actually put the style tag right here and then put your padding in this area, and then you could do it one by one. But just so that way you could just do it in one command, you could just do it right here. So I'm gonna put padding, and I'm gonna put 10 pixels right here, and then I'm just gonna put 20 pixels left and right to start it out, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, there we go. And I'm actually gonna add more to 30 pixels just to kind of test it out. And it does seem to look like it's gonna be better if I put it up on this this on top of this TD right here. So let's see what happens here. And then let's look at the mark right over here. So we need a little bit of bottom here and more top over here compared to ours. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it back. Well, I'll see what happens here if we do the top. And there we go. We actually got more structure right there. And then another way that I could achieve, well, now we got to can change that color here to the green and then the appropriate font family, which I have right here so we don't have to type it out. And it's going to be our Lotto with our fallback as Tahoma, Verdana, Sago, and Sans Serif. Okay, so we're going to go down. Okay, I'm going to put a style tag right here. I'm going to just give it a color green to start off with, and that would be our, let's see, I wrote it down somewhere. So it would be 1DB954. That would be the green color we're using. And then we also want to remove that bottom anchor. So we're going to do TD, which would be abbreviation for text decoration. We're going to put none. And then now let's go back to our old file and grab this font family to enter it in. And then what we're going to do next, we'll go ahead and enter that right there. And then now that we got this right in, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and move that. And I'm going to go ahead and apply the style to the TD tag. And then you might be asking the question of why I'm doing this. Well, sometimes when you're actually in the final stages after you're done testing or after building your email, there will be a stage where you test the email, right? And then sometimes with different email clients, you'll need like your tag as kind of like a fallback to be able to have it in place, so that way some email clients will have the code work, because some of them it won't work depending on the support that it actually has. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and clean this up real quick because it looks like we got most of that done. And then before we move on to the next section, I actually just forgot to put an anchor tag right here, but not have it go anywhere. But in a real scenario, that would be going to the home page to actually convert traffic to our website, and that could be done in multiple scenarios in a real job. So here you go, and then we got that already done. And then what I'm gonna actually do before we go off next, we're gonna go ahead and add a padding top of 5 pixels right over here. We're just gonna add that to the center a little bit. It's got a little bit more space. And then we're gonna grab this one right over here, and I'm going to do a padding left of 20 pixels for the logo. And then as you can see now, it's pretty close to what we got over here. It's a little bit more centered. And then just to make our font a little lower here, I'm going to go right over, and then I'm actually going to give it a font size of 14 pixels. And there we go. We got it a little bit smaller here. Okay, so now that we actually got that whole section done, now we're going to go ahead and close this first row up, and then now we're going to repeat the same process again. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy Actually, no, because I'm having a snippet here, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'll just put that real quick. Put our background here. I'll put in our role presentation, and then we'll do our width of 100%. Okay, and then we'll put our row right here again, and then we'll put our e-table in here. We'll do this as well, 100%. And then now we're going to grab our TT here, and we're going to do a style. And then on this one, that's going to be different, is we're actually going to put our background image here, because we're going to grab this image here on the original design, and we're going to put it right down right over. So let's go ahead and grab that. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to type background image URL, and then usually in whatever file you have, you're going to type your image. And then let's find the file here. It's our MicBGI. And then because right now, as you go back and you see here, we don't actually see the photo here like we're supposed to see. So how we're going to actually move that next is we're going to go ahead and go here, and then we're going to add a property of height, right? And we're going to do 340. And then now here we go. So as you can see, now we got that already into effect, and you can see now we're going to just add our text here in our next call to action on this one. So let's go back right over here. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to add a row right in here, and then we're going to add this next table, and we're going to do width of 100%. Add a row right inside, and then as you can see, we're going to go ahead and add our style right here, and we're going to go ahead and grab this title right here, because that's what we're going to see. And then we're going to do the ultimate, and then we're going to add a color of white going up, and then it looks like we're going to give it a font size of 28 pixels to start off with to see how it comes out. And then now we're going to go ahead, grab our font family next, so that way that font family and the fallbacks have an effect over here. And then let's see how that turns out. Okay, so we kind of got that going, and what we're going to do here is on this particular one, we're going to go ahead and add a style here, and we're going to add a padding right here of 30 pixels, and then we're going to do 40 pixels left and right just to achieve that. Okay, and as it looks like now, we're going to have to, instead of it align it center, we're going to go ahead and align it to the left, but it would have to be on this particular one over here. And there we go. This one didn't have as much, so this one had more precedence over that other property. And what we're going to do next is we're going to see if we're going to do 50 pixels here. We're going to actually see what it looks like on that design. Okay, and now what we're going to do is just take a little bit off and add 30 pixels, so that way it has a little bit of space right over. Looks like Madonna right here. And then we'll have to add also as well a font weight of 600 just to give it a little bit of boldness. And now if you go back to this next one, you can see that right over. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is next. Now move on to next step. We're going to go ahead and get this text right over. And we have two ways that we could do this. So we could either do we could actually put this down in a row here. In fact, I'm going to just test it out before I actually make a table beneath it. Let's see what actually happens. I'm going to go ahead and just add this row, take that out, and then we're going to go ahead and paste. Let me actually get this right over here. Then let's see what happens. Okay. And of course we would need to add padding on this actual table right over here. So we're going to add a padding top of 40 pixels, and let's see how that turns out. Okay, not too bad. We'll add a 45, and there, we'll go ahead and stick with that one. Okay, and then the next step, we're going to add another row in here. Now with a paragraph, let's just go ahead and recopy so we can skip that typing process. We'll take that out of here. Then we'll just add a paragraph tag as well. We'll do that. We'll make one. get this right over, paste that here, that over, and paste that here, so that way we can see what we got over here. Okay, so we got 28. Let's change the font size over here to 14 pixels. And then we got a bit of a strong tag. Let's see. Okay, and then now what I believe what's causing that is we got to remove the padding over here to a padding top of 5 pixels. Okay. And now to get rid of those lines, let's strong inside of that. Strong tag right in there. Looks like a padding top of 5 pixels, and then let's do a line height of 0. And there we go. Let's do 10 pixels right in. Okay. Looks like the sweet spot is going to be 5, because as you can look over here, we got a little space right over there, and then now on ours we got that. Okay, so now the next step is we're going to do. So the next step is just to recopy this again. But now we're going to go ahead and remove the strong and paragraph tags in here, along with the color over here, and we're going to put our actual green color in this section, and then we're going to go ahead and add our anchor tag right over. Okay, of course in a real scenario we put a website there, but now we're going to go ahead and give it our color style over here, 1db4, and then we're going to do text decoration none. We'll go ahead and come back to this page over here, and it'll say start listening, so we'll go ahead and type in that text. And then we'll go ahead and put our padding, of course, and we're going to do 10 pixels, 25 pixels left and right. And let's see what we got over there. Okay. Actually, we got to switch this here. The color of the text is going to be white right in, and then the background color will be this color, as you're going to see right here. And then now, let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and add a padding top, and we're going to go ahead and add a padding bottom of 10 pixels right over here. And that's just so that way we could actually get our button in. Okay, and then let's go back over. Okay, so it looks like the sweet spot for this one is going to be 35, and then our last CSS property we're going to put on is 10 pixels of a border radius right over here, and then we're going to do text transform uppercase. Okay, and then because that's actually moving our width that over, we're going to go ahead and do 15 pixels on our button right over here, and let's see what that looks like now. Okay, so we'll do 25, and then we'll add a little bit more padding to the top right here at 15, and there we go. Do our border radius at 5 pixels. We're not, just want to see, I want to kind of get it perfect over here, and there we go, we actually got that. Okay, and we got to actually adapt over here and put our font size of 24 pixels. Maybe that was wrong. Okay, and there we go, we actually got that going. Okay, and as you can see, we almost got it close over here, and we are pretty much done with that section. So now we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to just enter in a new dark color over here, and as you can see, we're going to add some text here with our same font size, and we'll add a little bit of padding on this row right over. We'll add this text over here, and we're probably going to achieve this by putting a span right in here to change this color, and then we got an icon right here with a new background. So let's go ahead and tackle that. Okay, that would be for row 2 actually. So let's add that like that so we don't get lost. Okay, hold on 1 minute guys, bear with me. This would be row 2. Okay, and then now what we're gonna move on to this section right over here. That'll be row 3. So we're gonna do a same method. Okay, and then we're gonna do 20 to achieve that gray color that we're seeing here on the background. Into our row presentation for accessibility purposes, we'll add a width of 100%. Okay, and then we'll add our row in here, add our E table again. And after a while it gets repetitive making these tables, but you know, it is what it is. Here you go, another one. And then I just don't want to type that out, so I'll go ahead and write width of 100% one more time. Put a row in here. We'll grab this text right over. Okay, and there we go. And then we'll add our style to it. Color. Okay. And then let's grab over here, grab our font family. Do that, and then add font size of 14 pixels. Let's see what it looks like right over. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and see, let's go ahead and grab this table data right here. We're going to add a padding of 30 pixels and then add a 0 right over. Okay. Just trying to compare it to our original design. It looks like we're doing pretty much fine there. Okay, let's go ahead and add another row in here. So row TD, and then we're going to actually add this as a H1 with a span inside of it. And that will be a series. And then podcast. Okay, and then we'll add a style tag right over here. Color, white, and then we'll add the style and the color property to our span, which will be our green color right over. Let's go ahead and test it out. Okay. Looks like that's gonna go ahead. Okay, and then let's uppercase those since that's what it's gonna look like right over. Let's go ahead and grab our font family over here, and then we'll adjust our font size right over. On this TD. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and change it to 24 pixels. Actually add it at 20, so that way, let's see what we got here. Let's remove that font size. Okay. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Okay, and then on top of this, let's see, we got a padding top on our original TD right up here. We're gonna go ahead and 0, we're gonna just do 20 pixels to the bottom. Actually, no, we don't actually need to add a padding bottom over here because we're gonna actually add another row. We're gonna add that image icon right below this row right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, paste it, replace the heading right over here with an image, and then we're gonna do our image text, and then we're gonna do our music icon right down here, and there we go. We got that right over. So far everything looks pretty good on our end, but our font seems a little, actually it's a little big, but we'll go ahead and just work with it, and then I'll just put music icon right down. Okay, now that we're done with that section, the usual, we're going to go ahead and just close that down for row 3. And then row 4 over here, we could actually, well, there's two ways that I would actually approach this. Is I would go right in and just put a padding on the TD right over here. But for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and just type in an E table and then just give it our black color right over. And this is another way that you could do padding right over here, is you could actually make one table and row into a divider like I'm going to do here. So in the style padding, I'm only going to put a padding top of 5 pixels because that's the only room we're going to need right over, as you're going to see on the bottom. So you can't really see it just yet, but it's like it's slightly down over here. So that'll be our row 4. Oh, and then we needed to add our 100% to that. It's my mistake. Okay. And then we'll kind of just repeat the same process and copy this table over here, but we'll remove the padding for now on this TD since we already did it on top. go ahead and do a row right there. Add our table in, add our row property, and then we'll add our width of 100%. Okay, there we go. Okay. Row one more time, and then because we're in this one, we're going to go ahead and do. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have 2 rows over here. Let's check our table. We got 1, okay, 2. And then for this one, we're just going to put 1 more nested table right inside of it. Width of 100%. Let's do our presentation row right in. Okay. And now we'll copy this, and then we'll put our TD right here. And then just so we actually are able to keep track of our place, I'm going to go ahead now and just add our comment. And we're just going to go fashion column. And then on our next one, going to go right here, and then I'm going to do, okay, education podcast column. And there we go. Close that for now. Okay, so let's go ahead now and we're going to work on this full section altogether. So everything in this TD is going to be filled with this whole section right over here, and then we'll use the next one there. So let's go ahead and get this done. Okay, so we're going to do an E table here. And let me just make sure that I put the background color right there. Okay, yeah, so that way I don't have to put it on this exact table right over. Okay, whoa. Okay, whoops. Okay, row presentation with 100%. Okay. Let's open this table here. We'll put an image here. Then we'll grab our institute fashion image. Okay, let's see what we got right in here. Okay, let's just look at the size right over. Okay, so that looks about right. Okay. And then for this, we're just going to put another row in here. And as you can see, we're going to go ahead and just give this a height of 10 right in there. And then let's do another row right in there, and we'll just take off the height property on this one. Then I'll just put a table right in here anyway. So 100%. Row right in. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and grab this text right over here. Fashion's lifestyle equals color. Okay, F. Size, I believe, is going to be. Go ahead and put 20 pixels right in there. Let's grab our font family. Okay, and there we go. Let's see what we got already in here so far. Okay. So I'm actually gonna lower down the size of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do 18 pixels just to check it out and see what happens right over. Okay, so and then we'll give our font a little bit of boldness right in. As you can see, okay. And these are mostly going to be aligned to the left, as you can see. So, but that'll be taking place as soon as we get this one right in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that already down. Let's go ahead and add another row. And then we'll give this one a height of 30 as well. go in, right in here, and then we'll just give it an anchor tag right in here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put that color there, and then we'll put 20 episodes. Go ahead and grab all this. Grab our font family. And then we'll just keep it at 14 pixels, not to complicate it. Okay, let's just go and see what we got now. Okay, and one more thing we gotta take off as usual. It's gonna be that TD of none. Right in. Okay, so we got that. Okay, let's go ahead and add our next row right in. We'll need to add a height to this one as well. Come on in. I'm just gonna go ahead and add another table in here. Width of 100%. Row right in. Okay. And then I'm going to put a paragraph and an image right inside, and we're going to do an image right in here. We're going to do a play icon. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this text right in here. We're going to go ahead and speed up this process right in. Okay, we'll do that. Whoa. Not what we wanted to do here. Okay. Okay, and then now we're going to go in and just put that right in. But I'm going to have to go ahead and add style text to both. Put a color of white. I'm going to go ahead and grab our font family here. Give it a font size of 14 pixels. Let's see what we got already in here so far. Okay. Add a margin of 0. Oh yeah, we don't even need to add margins right in there because it's just not going to have an effect on it. Okay, so now we're going to just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and actually repeat this process, because as you can see, we're going to have a height here, and just so we could save time to not have to type everything out, we'll just change the we'll actually just change the episodes right over here like we're going to see on ours. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Just so we don't lose any places over here, and then we know where we're at when we're done. I'm going to go ahead and just add comments over here. I'm going to call this episode 20, and then so on. We'll change it to 19, 18, and 17. Coming down and view all episodes. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and just change them appropriately the way we're supposed to. Okay. That'll be our 18. And then let's go back down. And then our 17. And I'm just going to go ahead and work up over here. So for this part over here, we're going to go ahead and put the text for episode 17 right over. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go up to episode 18. And then we'll do 17, and then or no, that'll be episode 19. Let's see what we got now. Okay. Okay, so now that we're on episode 19, no, we're gonna go down. Okay, let's go to 18 right over here. Go ahead, change this text. Do that. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and change episode 19 to the appropriate text. Okay. Okay, we'll kind of fix the layout in a little bit, but let's go ahead and just close the table data for now, and then let's actually see what we got. I'm actually going to go ahead and copy this table over here just so we can save time. Texting over. Okay, so we got that. Fashion is life. Let's see what happens when we do this. And as you can see, there you go. So now we just need to go ahead and change the image, but of course the text is going to be changed a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and change just the image itself. I think I forgot. No, I actually didn't actually. Well, I actually did forget something on the bottom over here. I forgot to actually put the view episodes right down after 17 right over here. So let's go ahead and let's do that before we move on. And then what we'll do here is we'll take the image icon out of it since we don't need that. And then we're just going to go ahead and do view all episodes. Episodes right over, and the color will be changed. Okay. Okay, so we only have it in that one over there. We got to do it on the other one as well, so let's go back over here. Okay, let's close this up. Down on 17 right over. I'm actually just going to go ahead and change these. Okay, hold on. Let's call this view episodes. Same thing, we're going to take this out. And then we're going to go ahead and change our colors right over. Change the text. View all episodes. And there we go. We got that going. Okay, now that we're on this top one over here, which is the fashion section, which we just left off at, let's go ahead and close the table of data for that. Let's go back in here. And then now we're going to go ahead and grab our image 3 education right in there. And then it looks like, let's see, so for the table right in, actually for the rows themselves where the tables are. Because if we go back to our original one, yeah, so we got to actually move that to the left right over. Do this. Left itself, okay. Okay, And this one, we're just gonna see which one looks best as far as the table goes. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna, yeah, it looks like we're gonna go ahead and just have to do this one right over here. We're gonna go ahead and do the left, but we'll also have to put a padding left right over as well, just to put it in the right space. So let's see what 20 pixels does for us. Okay, and we actually do need to change that to education podcast for this one. Okay. Okay, we got that right over, and then it just looks like okay. So let's left. Okay, we'll add our style tag, padding left 20 pixels, just to get them aligned. Okay, so before we move on to the next section too, that I forgot to do is that actually on our original design, all of our playlists and text and then the view episodes actually just got to be aligned to the left. So let's go ahead and take care of that, and then the next section is going to be pretty easy to do because we're going to just go ahead and actually just recopy one of the podcast series to that episode right over there. So let's go ahead and do that. So okay, so we got the play icon right over here, and then I believe we're in the fashion section. So let me just do left to right over. Okay, and it looks like we're going to do a little bit of repetition over here. So padding left to 20 pixels just to kind of line it. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and go down. Okay, so we did episode 20, 19. Okay, and then on episode 18, we're going to kind of do the same thing right over here. Let's align that to the left. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no. Just got to take the height off right there. And this actually has got to go to the left right over. Okay, we'll be doing that. Okay. Okay, the lines did not affect, but okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this. For this particular table over here, we're going to go ahead and align. I wonder if we could align that table to the left right over here. It won't really matter. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. So TD, left, and then we're going to go ahead and add padding left to 20 pixels. Okay, so it's only this one right over that's not going to be aligned. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's do the last row right over because we got to go ahead and align all of those. Let's take off this property right over. Need that. Okay. Padding left 20 pixels. But we actually got to align that to the left real quick. I almost missed that. And there we go. Okay, let's go up. And we are on our podcast section right over. So let's go do that. Okay, let's open these up real quick. No, we're going to do center. Okay, we're going to do the same formation. Okay. So padding 0, 20 pixels left and right. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. that to the left. Go ahead and paste that in here. Okay. Let's grab. Okay, there we go. That fixed up, and then it looks like the episode 19 seems to be doing pretty much fine. Seems to be doing well. Okay. Okay, now let's take. Damn, we got a lot of cleaning up to do around here. Okay. Okay, that's lined up. Okay, next row, row 17. Same thing, same process. Okay, we're just cleaning just getting these aligned properly, and then we could actually move to the next section. Now we gotta go here. Okay, and it looks like that's it for that section right over here. So we got that pretty much done already. I mean, this is a little off, but we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and copy that. We'll get down over here, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish off this section right over here for this video. Okay, let's see. That would be row 5. And everything in row 4 will be copied to row 6. Actually, no, wrong one. We need to do row 3. Okay, we're on the wrong page over here. And then we'll change that to podcast episodes. There we go, we got that already down. Okay, now we're going to come back up. We're going to go ahead and close row 6, and then I'm going to go ahead and do e-table right over here. We're going to go ahead and give this a black color right over, and we're going to go ahead and do give a row property here, and then we'll go ahead give this table a width of 100%. We're going to do our row snippet right over. Then we're going to do that. Width of 100% right over. Okay. Actually, we need a little bit of the padding right over here. We need to actually move this over because this is going to be our divider right over. Height is 5. Okay. Now we're going to do row 8. I'm just going to go ahead and look at our neck. Okay, so it looks like our table looks good, and we've already done the first half of the template right over here. I'm going to stop this video right here, and then I'm going to be recording the rest of the build out of the template, and it will consist of the bottom that were left over. So we're going to have all these photos right here, and these columns and sections with their episode and date release. You know, we'll go over and make this section, and then we'll go ahead and make the date sections of when these events will take place, the premium plan, and then we'll do the footer. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys liked this a lot. If you guys did, you know, feel free to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.